I think we can both agree that we love our kids more than anything in this world. So then we can also agree that love is not the problem, but how we show up with that love might be. Look, we all want the best for our kids, whether we know what the best for them is or not. So in this video, I want to talk about how we show up for our kids, how our love can be shown in productive ways and in ways that might be holding our kids back, especially when it comes to their development in sport. And I see this all the time with the parents who I coach, with the parents of the athletes who I coach, and with my own kids. We think that we're helping when we jump in before they have the chance to struggle. When we want to show our kids that we're competent, that we can solve their problems, and it comes from a place of caring. But what do we teach them when we don't allow them that struggle? Right? Or another thing that I see so commonly is when we play coach. When our players or our kids are telling us about what their coach is saying, maybe they're just looking for a soundboard. Maybe they're just looking for not necessarily a voice back, but just an echo of their own thoughts. But we take that as they want my opinion on how to coach them. They want what I think of what coach says. And what that takes away is now because we have that close relationship, that parent-child relationship of open communication, it's easy to form opinions of something that someone else said, almost like gossip or rumors, right? Because it goes through a translation, an interpretation from coach to player to parent before it goes back between player and parent. And what we're taking away is that opportunity for more of that coach and player communication. Another one is deciding your player's development path without their consultation. Hey, I heard about this camp for you. Hey, I heard about this coach for you. Hey, I heard about this program. Instead of giving them options, do you want to go here? Why or why not? It's subtle shifts in our language. I think you should go here. And when a child, teenager, whatever, when they hear their parents say, I think you should go here, it's very hard to say no to that, even if they disagree, even if they don't want to, because now there's the expectation that they're letting you down if they say no. Consult with them. And the language that we use in that consultation is so important. Leave it with no expectations. Instead of, I found this for you, try, I came across this. What do you think? Not, I think you should go here. Not, we're going here. What do you think about this? Do you think this might help? Another one, filling every hour so they never develop instinct on their own. If we consume and cram their schedules with so many things, one, we don't allow them the opportunity to get bored. So when they have the chance to decompress, it's very easy to flip to social media, to stay up late, to sacrifice their sleep just for the chance of decompression. And with such a go schedule, it forces out and pushes out creativity. Boredom breeds creativity. Right? You give a child a room full of toys, they don't know what to do with it. You give them one toy, they'll find 8 different ways to play with it. So it's important that we allow our children space, our players space, to develop their own schedule, their own responsibility, and their own creativity of how they want to fill that schedule. And there's a layer deeper that I want to go in that as well, because with how they fill that schedule, then it gives us a better window into what it is that they want, what it is that they're craving or needing. And I don't mean just letting them fill it with social media. But it's like if they want to just sit and watch TV, if they want to just sit and read a book, if they want to go out with friends, right? Is it like, are they decompressing? Are they really low energy? Are they missing out or feeling like they're missing out on their social life? Like when we give them that space, we give them the opportunity to tell us what it is they feel is missing. Because if we give them that space and they go, I want to train more, I want to play more hockey, we have our answer. But if we don't give them that space, we'll never know. The fifth way is managing their emotions after a bad game instead of letting them sit in it. Taking control of the frame and feeling our emotions for our players rather than letting them feel it. Or not allowing our players to feel those emotions when that's what they need. I had a bad game. Oh, no, you didn't. Don't worry, you had a good game. Well, can't I just feel that I had a bad game for a minute? Or, I had a bad game. Yeah, you did. You need to fix this and this and this. Well, now I don't really want to come to you with that again. Giving our players space, allowing them room to grow on their own, is one of the ways that we can help them the most. And it's this hard dichotomy to manage because as parents, we are learning too. We're all going through these phases, right? Because I mean, I'm still in the first 6 years of my kid's life. So it is very much care, right? I care for them. For the first year, you're doing everything for them. You know, the second year, you're starting to just teach them, but you're still doing a lot. And each incremental year, you're doing less and less and shifting that role of responsibility. So it's allowing that shift to happen as part of their growth. What you're doing is when you're solving the conflict with the coach on their behalf, you're teaching them, Mom and Dad will solve my problems. Someone else will solve my problems. Right? As long as I bring it to someone, I don't have to worry about it. Or managing emotions after every loss. Shows like, I can't handle adversity alone, right? Or when I feel adversity, when I feel upset, that's not okay, right? Or, you know, when you say, hey, I had a bad game, no, you didn't. It's like, well, is my compass for feeling off? Do I not know what's going on inside my body, or is what's going on inside my body not okay? Creating space is the best thing we can do. Choosing their path without asking them. What does that teach? Well, my goals don't matter here. Now, there's obviously nuance to that. But a common theme that comes up is that my goals are not my own. And oftentimes it comes from a place of support and love and care and really wanting the best for them, showing them that we are invested in them without taking away from their investment in themselves. And trying to remove every obstacle before it hits, not allowing our children, our players, our athletes, our kids to struggle, is just that struggle is something to avoid. Stress is something to avoid. Pressure is something to avoid. Rather than flipping it, those are each things to learn to manage, to grow from. It's a tough problem to solve. I think to myself it is something that I have to manage every single day as a parent, as I continue to learn to be a parent. How do we train them for a world that's not going to coddle them? Hockey will not coddle them. Their career will not coddle them. University will not coddle them. The public school system will not. Adult life will not coddle them. So if anything comes from this video, the new job description Ask and then listen. Reinforce without translating. And reinforce should mean more like reverberate, echo. Right? When a coach gives players a feedback, they come to you as a soundboard. But if we build the relationship that soundboard then becomes another coach, now we've got two coaches. One who holds the support and one who holds the decision on ice time. And that's a tough thing for players to manage because it's very hard. I mean, to use an example from, say, adult life, it's very hard to come home and your wife saying, I don't really like your boss, I don't really like your manager. But your manager is the one writing the checks and setting the schedule. And ultimately is preparing them. It's almost like it's on a continuum between caring and preparing. And the more that caring becomes preparing, I think we're setting them up well for the future. And what this comes down to is that we can't be everything to our kids as much as we want to be, because that's what we learned from when they came out of the womb, is that we are everything to our kids. And really, it's because our kids are everything to us. But the players who advance are not the ones who have the most involved parents. They're the ones who have the best teams, the best support systems to allow them to find their own path, find their own journey, and develop their own ambition and pursuits. And the hard part is you've invested a lot in hockey. It may not be hockey. As a quick side note, I had an athlete who I coached. We worked together for about 3 months, and it was incredible. The amount of confidence that he gained, the amount of clarity in his thoughts and the way he spoke and the way he navigated the decisions that he was making with what was coming for his future. I was incredibly impressed. And when he made the decision that our time working together was completed, I was really curious at first as to why, because he had made so much progress. And he said, I've decided that I'm not playing hockey next year. I don't want to pursue junior. I am going to university. I've applied. These are the courses I'm taking. I'm really excited. How can you be upset with that? When the player who came in was lacking confidence, didn't know what he wanted, and the player who left was clear, confident, and convicted, and certain in his decision that hockey was not his pursuit anymore. I was really impressed. So I want to close with, raise a player, not a project. Hockey is the vehicle we use to build leaders. And it's sometimes that those leaders don't end up continuing playing hockey. But the support systems that we give them, the tools that we give them, the structure, the resources that we help them with in their pursuit, to take it from caring to preparing, is the best that we can do, even if it isn't hockey in the end. Because I already know, hockey's not the end if you're a parent who's watching this. It is the confident, clear, competent leader in whatever the pursuit is. If they learn that from hockey, fantastic. That's it for this video. See you in the next one.